It's time to get on up with Jam and Renee. And here's your hosts, James Arthur M. and Renee Culver.
Good morning, everybody. And you are here live with us on Backchannel, the only place where you can chat live with your host on your Echo device. And right now, you are watching Get On Up, and I am James Arthur M., your breakfast jam for the morning.
And can we hear me? We can hear
Yeah,
me?
we can hear
Oh,
you. We got you.
blessings. I'm Avi Roque. What a pleasure to be here
What a
with you this morning.
pleasure. Good morning. Hello. We've got a special guest here, everybody. As we know, Renee Culver is away for these few days here. And what is so amazing about this special guest is that voice that you hear doing the lovely intro. It's Avi. It's Avi. That's the voice. How legendary and amazing is this? We love it. We love it so much.
It was my voice. And being the critical person that I am, I was like, "Ooh, I could have been done better there, and I could have
Oh
done
my
better
gosh.
there." Oh, but it's okay. It's great.
No, you've done an amazing job. We love it so much. We're going to find out who is in the audience in just a moment here. Boom. Sarah's put the chat link in there. So, Avi, click on that link and see if you're going to get access to the chat because we had some trouble yesterday. And look at
Oh.
this. We've got some great folks in there. We've got Stacy already chat. Audra is here. Good morning, Audra, who I believe is a fan. Well, I don't want to say too much. I don't want to give away your two truths and a lie here in a moment. But
Oh.
Audra, I think we've
Uh-huh.
got some. I think you're gonna be excited. We got Stacy saying good morning already. We got Stacy who's gonna be here for 2 hours. Raymond is here. We've got Geth Matthew who's on here for the first time, and I think Audra's given a smiley face. Now, did that link work for you, Avi? Did that?
Okay, I see. I'm seeing a link here.
And what
Okay,
happens when you
I'm
click
gonna
on
I'm
it?
gonna go.
See,
I'm
look at
gonna
this. You
go.
don't you don't get this behind the scenes like.
Oh no, it says error.
Yep.
Error.
There, well, there it
Client
is.
is offline.
Yep. Well, we love to hear it. That's exactly what we love to hear. So don't worry. I will relay the message. Sarah, make a note. Please reach out to Rob that this was supposed to be fixed. Here it is, day 2. But that's okay.
Ah,
We'll make it work. Don't worry. I will relay all of the messages to you of what
okay.
the Get On Uppers are saying. So
Yes.
let's see who we've got in the house. We have Audra, we've already said. We've also got Raymond, I said that already. We've got a delightful
Wait,
anteater.
wait. I'm in.
Oh my
It worked.
gosh, it's a whole new world. Okay,
Wow, it was fixed.
you get to
Okay.
see all
Now I
the
see.
oh, we
Hi,
love it.
Raymond.
Oh,
Hi,
look at
Matthew.
that.
Hi,
Yeah.
Stacy. Oh, I love it.
It's a whole new world. Okay, Rob, you did it great. Sarah, you did it great. And look at that. Raymond already saying, "Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Oh,
It's
good
great."
morning.
Game
Yes.
on. Game on. Here we are. So if you want to figure out how you can, and look at that, Stacey already saying, "Hello, Avi." Uh,
Hello.
all right. So if you want to get involved in the conversation, it's so easy. Say is the magic word. So you're just gonna say, and then your Alexa. Oop, I hope I didn't trigger her. I always forget, don't say her name. Your Echo, because she'll be like, "What? You want me? What? No. No, not now." Um, but your Echo will pick up whatever it is that you're saying, or if you're on the YouTubes, you can just clickety clack. Use those finger typers. Official word, and that's what it is. Okay, you got y'all. So we have Avi here, who y'all are like, we don't know Avi, so we're gonna play a little game. I know it's Thursday, and it's not Two Truths and a Lie Tuesday, but we're gonna play Two Truths and a Lie with Avi Roque. We played Two
Ooh,
Truths and a Lie yesterday with Mackenzie Green. We're gonna play it today with Avi.
yes.
Also, I like that Avi is really on theme today because it's like get on up. Like it's like
I
let's just
thought, I thought this was I wasn't sure. You didn't tell me what the dress code was, what the attire was. I said, I'm gonna throw on a baseball cap and put a robe on and have my cup of coffee.
I am dead. I am dead. I think actually, I think I need to rework everything that I'm wearing. I'm too dressed up. Like I feel like I need to be more just like, oh, we're getting up out of bed. We're just I loving the bathrobe. So comfortable. It's so good. And look at this, Raymond. Come as you are.
Oh, Raymond, that's right. Come as you are.
And look
Words
at
to live
that.
by.
And Audra coming in, Avi, you're doing it right. I love it.
Thank
So everyone
you.
is here for it. Everyone
Thank
is here for it.
you.
Okay,
Oh,
we're gonna play Two Truths and a Lie with Avi.
I'm ready.
Avi, what are your two? Give us your two truths and a lie. And
Okay,
so everybody, Avi's gonna give us three things that Avi's gonna be like, oh, these are all true, but one of them is a lie, and we as a team are gonna figure out what one is the lie.
amazing. Here we go. 1. I am a first-degree black belt.
Ooh, okay. First degree black belt.
2. I hope this is morning appropriate. I was fully naked once in a play.
Okay. Good morning, America.
3. I voice a character on a Disney animation TV show.
Ooh, okay, get on up first. Okay, get on up first. Oh, this is so interesting. So I've known Avi for like 10 years, so I better get this right. Um, gosh, naked play, naked play. What do we think, get on uppers? Which one do we think is the lie? Oh yeah, Stacey said, I like how they number things. I like how they number things, you know? Stacey's like loving that. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh my god,
Hmm.
yes, numbers.
Numbers, yes. All right, let's see here. Here we go. So I'm gonna guess. Get on uppers, what are we thinking? What are we thinking?
Oh, Tim said,
Oh,
"Okay,
Tim thinks the
they think
black
they're
belt.
black belt." Okay.
Yeah, Tim's thinking the black belt. And
Oh,
then
wow. Audra also is like, "I'm not a black belt."
I don't
Okay.
yeah, I was
But
like, I
thank
don't
you.
believe
I
that you
am
are
I am
multi-talented.
multi-talented. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay,
I don't know,
yes. I do
yes,
believe
yes.
you're multi-talented, but
That's so sweet.
not a black belt. Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you.
I do know that Avi does do the theater. I'm just trying to think, and I feel like you would do, and not like in a wild way, but you would do anything for the role if it required for it. But I
Ooh.
also know that you'd be kicking. I feel like you love the Jillian Michaels. I'm so torn. I am so torn. Stacey's thinking. I'm thinking 3. Is the lie playing the Disney character? No, but Stacey, that is. I'm gonna bunk that. That is the one that I know for sure is a true. And then Tim, were you in Hair or Calcutta?
Oh gosh. Okay, so now do we reveal?
I haven't given my guess
You
because I don't
haven't
want to
given
be
your
wrong.
guess.
I feel like our entire
Okay.
friendship is based on this, and I'm so nervous for myself. I don't
Oh
want to
my
lose.
gosh.
I'm gonna go with you were not naked in a play.
So do I reveal now?
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding. You are correct. You are
Yeah.
correct. I was never fully naked in a
Yeah.
play.
Okay.
I
Okay.
was in my underwear,
Yep. 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 All
but
right.
not fully butt naked.
That was a last minute decision because I just remember you were like, "Hi, yeah." Like I just remember that in a
Yes,
conversation. Like
yes.
we don't mess with Avi.
I
They
did. I started karate when I was 5 years old, martial arts, and then I did it, like, until I was 16, and I worked my way to get my black belt, but little known fact, I wanted to give up when I
wow.
had my brown belt, which was the
Mm,
belt right before black belt, because I
mm,
started getting into theater in high school and acting, but my mom was like, "No, you are not giving up. You've worked
mm.
this hard and come this far. You're at least just get your black belt."
Yeah. Mama Roque. See,
Yes,
Mama Roque
yes.
coming through. And I feel like I hear that. Do we have any other get uppers who've studied, karate or
Martial arts,
martial
karate,
arts,
yes.
taekwondo? Do we have any get uppers who have done it? I always wished I had. Y'all know I watched a lot of Buffy. Um,
Ah,
I did some cardio kickboxing during the pandemic, so I felt like Buffy, but I never got to really go in it. Do you remember any of the moves, any of the kicks? Yeah.
I do. And actually, when I moved to LA, January 2020, I found another studio because I felt like I wanted to start doing and training again, and it
Yeah.
was like a Korean style martial arts, and it
Yeah.
was surprising to see how much was still in my body. Like, I still
Dang.
had some of
Yeah.
the moves, you know?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
also curious, get on uppers, what is something that maybe like in your life you wanted to give up and you were
Mm.
so close on giving up, but you kept going in the end, and you're grateful that you did, but you're so close to giving up. Is there get on uppers, anything that you've had in your past life you wanted to give up, but
Mm.
you kept going? So curious out there. So chime on in if there is anything. And thankful, look at all these people who are in. Pomeranian is back as well. We had Terry from Missouri. Wrong has joined, web chat user. Get Matthew, Dashing
Nice.
Dragonfly, Alexa. We have so many people who joined. They're like, Avi's here. I need to be part of this
Oh,
conversation. If you want to change your name, if you're just like, my name isn't no name, you just say, change
yeah.
my name, change my name, change my name.
Oh.
You just gotta do it once, and then it'll change it. The Echo will do it for you. Okay, let's get to the other one though.
Oh, yes.
So their final one, you do voice a voiceover character. You're a voiceover actor.
Yes, yes, newly found, skill. No, well, I feel like it's always probably been something
Yeah.
just as an actor,
Yes.
voice is part of my instrument, but I found this, like, new love of voice acting, and I do voice a character, Rain Whispers, who is, non-binary on a Disney Channel animated TV show called The Owl House.
We love it. We love it. And we have some Owl House fans out there. I do
Do we?
believe. Make some noise if you've ever seen the Owl
Oh,
House.
yes!
I do want to circle back to the conversation. I asked a
Yes,
question, then I
that
moved
was
on.
great. Let's
So,
talk about that, giving up, right?
yes, we're talking about giving
Yeah.
up. You're so right. Yeah. And I love it. Audra timed in. Audra was like, it's a long story, but I was very close to giving up on my master's
Mm,
degree. Audra, but you
mhm.
pushed through and you're glad that you did. It's so interesting. I mean, there is that quote that it's always darkest before dawn. Like,
Mm.
I will even say, you all know I did the Marvel red carpet recently, and I was so close. I was so close to giving up. Sometimes it just feels like it's just too much work. And you just feel like you can't do it, and then I just kept pushing through. Look at this, Owl Audra. Love the Owl House. I think I saw there are new episodes out. Can we confirm?
Yeah, there might yes, there are.
Look at them.
Yes,
Look at them. They are
yes.
so busy. Like, oh, I think that project dropped. I don't know. I'm busy working on the other thing.
Yes, they did because they, split up season 2 into season 2A and season 2B. So season 2B has recently been airing. So I think about 3 or
Uh-huh.
4 episodes have dropped for season 2B. But yes, and so I'm in, I think a few, at least 2.
Yeah, oh, I think that from what I don't want to say, I don't want to say too much. I got a little bit of inside scoop, so I won't say too much. But it is such a legendary show. It is so good. I think you're playing like one of the first animated like non-binary characters, like heavily like in the story, and it's not like a wink and a
Mhm,
nod. It's just like fully out, and
mhm.
like I've heard so many great stories about just like the evolution of the plot. That like the lead has like there's just LGBTQ characters
Yes,
just
yes,
seamlessly rolled
yes.
in.
Yes, it's true. The inclusion of other people of the LGBTQIA plus community, like Luz Noceda, the main like character is bisexual. Like,
Mm.
she's dating Amity, and like there's just so much diversity. It really is. But the beautiful thing is how normalized it is.
Yeah, yeah, it
You
doesn't feel forced.
know?
I mean, is does Florida just block that
Oh
show then? They must
gosh.
just block it because you're not allowed to say anything gay. I wonder if we're even allowed to be aired in Florida. Gay, 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 gay,
Wow.
gay, 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 gay,
Oh
gay,
my
gay. I just got
gosh.
blocked. We just got
Oh,
blocked. We just
no,
got
don't get
blocked.
blocked. Also, let's see, yeah, I feel like other people were sharing about their giving up moments. Let's see, I
Oh,
saw another
Pomeranian. Yes,
one. Ah,
Pomeranian
yes, I
said,
wanted to give up on grad school.
mm,
Juggling it with a job and life was hard. And
I
yeah.
I have to give y'all all the snaps. I am so moved by y'all for just pushing through. It's so not easy. There's that voice that's in the back of your head and
Mm,
it says like stop but there's something that's stronger on the other end that's pulling you through. I do have this theory like that. Okay, go with me here. Are you guys ready to go
okay.
with one of my wild theories? So even Einstein talks about how like time, it sometimes will freak myself out when I talk about this. So time is not linear. It's all happening at the same time. So right now, like my 8-year-old self is having a birthday party. I'm on the red carpet right now. It's all happening
Aw.
simultaneously. And my theory is the thing that keeps you going is you're feeling that vibrational joy of
Mm,
you at the finish line. You're
mm,
like feeling it through
mm,
all the time, and then the stories that you tell, like right now, Audra Pomeranian, you're telling the story of like, yeah, I pushed through. That you back then that wants to give up is feeling every time you tell that story of victory. It's
mm.
feeling that. And so you just kind of got to keep being open to those vibrationals that are pulling you. And our producer Sarah just spilled coffee everywhere, so she'll be right back. I think I blew her mind so much. She was like,
Oh my
look at
goodness.
Raymond. Look at you, Raymond coming for me. Raymond
You've
said,
been watching too
"You
much Marvel.
the multiverse is real." Look, Audra's saying, "Jam, I love that. Jam, I love that."
Aw,
Um,
see?
when we get to
Get
this or
my
that, I would like to
light.
ask a question to the Get on Uppers about the multiverse. I think we've done it before, but I'd like to revisit. We'll play
Mm,
this or that later on in the show, and I'm curious what and and oh wait, I do want to point out, Terry, you did excellent point. I was going to get to
mm.
that as well. Sometimes quitting isn't bad either. Sometimes things are just not working for you, but yes, but sometimes like at the same time, it's this balance because sometimes when I'm met with so much challenge, I'm just like, I'm growing right now. Like when you go to
Yeah.
the gym, like it's
Mhm.
not just you don't just sit there and lay on a couch and get comfortable. Like it's from stress and pain is where
Yeah.
that growth comes from. But at the same time, like I think Terry, to what you were saying, if your why isn't strong enough, like the
Mm,
why I'm doing it to get to the other end, like Pomeranian and Audra, like you're strong, you had such a strong why of why you wanted to finish grad school, and that's why you're able to push through. Sometimes you're in situations and it's like, this isn't the right fit. Maybe it's a job, maybe it's a place that you're living, and it's like, this isn't bringing me joy. We were talking about this yesterday that you're not going to love something 100%, even a relationship, even a job, but the split should be at least 70% or higher that you're enjoying it. And if
mhm.
it's less than that, then you've got to make some changes. We have choice. Um,
Yes.
so I just wanted to preach on that for a moment. And then Pomeranian jumping in. You all are like such brilliant folks. Pomeranian just said, pushing through makes the degree or whatever the dream you pursue even more meaningful when you achieved it. You're so right.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's everybody who has a dream, and we all have dreams, and sometimes different things come up. Life happens, or insecurities come in. Sometimes the imposter syndrome, the I'm not enough,
Mhm.
comes in. But if we're able to push through those, there's something that's so great. And sometimes it's not a right fit, but get to the other thing. But I don't know. It's not going to be fully easy. I feel like sometimes the universe in the beginning, it's really easy, and that's the universe saying like, you're on the right track, you're on the right track. And then you're going to have those desert days, right? Wandering in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. It's a drought, but you keep pushing through. The only way out is through. So yep,
Oh, I
yep,
love
yep.
that. Yeah, Terry just said there's good and bad stress. We need to do what is healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I feel like y'all are just, it's like a group of like Brene Browns and Oprahs right now. Like you just, yes. I just so great. Raymond said sometimes you have to be on this friend. You have to be again. Sometimes the Echo device,
Oh.
translate too well. Uh,
Alexa.
let's get it together. Get it together. And then Pomeranian said, Jam, I agree. Listen to your heart. If the heart isn't in it, it's not worth staying. And it's interesting because
Oh.
like the Egyptians, because I'm
Mm.
watching Moon Knight right now, and it's all about like, Egypt.
Yes,
And like
Moon Knight.
there's so much power in the heart,
Mm,
and you can really feel it, that vibrational feeling. Like I'm looking
mm.
to make a move to LA, and I had my body's vibrating like in a good way. And I've had that before when I was in San Francisco, when I tried to move
Mm.
to Amsterdam so many times. I kept dating guys from Amsterdam so I could get there. It didn't work out. Um, oh,
Oh my
yes, and look at that,
goodness.
Stacey. It's kind of like what the Israelites stand. Yeah, it's like,
Mm.
following that light there. All right,
Oh,
y'all.
oh, hold on.
Ooh. Oh,
Let's go forward, but I just wanna make sure Raymond clarified. I meant to say you have to be your own best friend.
okay. I love that
Okay?
so much. It is
Okay?
so true. It's so true. I think it's like why you have to be your own. It's gonna be hard enough outside. And so on the inside, it's why we have to be so kind to ourselves. I
Yeah.
literally have my mantra, especially when things are tough. I am enough. 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 I have it
Oh,
so much.
yeah.
And Raymond, I want to thank you because you really helped me. It was a really tough week the week before, and
Mm.
I think it was our Monday mantra, or we're giving advice, and Raymond gave this advice of like looking into the mirror and saying, "I love you," and I did that, and it was so helpful. I cried at one
Mm.
point because I was staring into my eyes, like, "I love you. You're perfect, and
Oh.
you're fine." So
Oh, that's good. I'm gonna try that today.
yeah, it's helpful. There's a woman who said that that's how she started her day. Every day, she would look at herself
Mm.
in the mirror and just be like, "You are amazing. You are beautiful. You are
Oh,
amazing. I love you. You got this." Just like
that's
there's
great.
something so powerful just having that literally reflected to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is why they call you Mirror Man, Raymond. Raymond used to go
Aw.
by Mirror Man and then revealed
Yes.
their identity. Okay, let's take a look. Sarah is back. Producer Sarah is back. So we're gonna keep going.
Okay.
So we're gonna in a moment get to Thirsty Thursdays. So what are y'all really excited
Mm.
about that is coming up in the future? We're gonna play Celebrity
Ooh,
Birthday Quiz. We've got Avi who's going to be our quiz sovereign
yes.
here, who's going to be leading the celebrity birthday quiz today. It is Asian Pacific American Heritage Month, so we're going to do a little history of Vincent Chin, the horrific thing that happened to Vincent Chin. So it's going to
Mm.
be a little. We got to learn these histories. We got to learn, understand. We also have our Thriving Thursday news. So some news that is thriving, or maybe it's not thriving, and we hope that there'll be a solution to it be thriving. It's hard, isn't it? Hard. It is hard. Sometimes you look at the news and you're like. Blah, 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 look at
Ooh,
that. Audra already shared what they
we're
are
coming in
thirsty
hot.
for.
Alright.
Alrighty. We'll play this or that. So it's pretty much like would you rather, and then we'll close out with some thankful Thursday gratitude. So I think we've got an action-packed
Mm,
Thursday here.
mm, mm.
So good. And I want to thank everybody who's been chiming in. It's been such a beautiful conversation so far. Pomeranian, Stacy, Terry, Raymond, the whole gang, Audra, y'all have been just such a delight. If you just joined the show and your name is No Name or like Depressed Moose, you can always change it by going, say, change my name, and it will be changed. Okay.
Yes.
All right, Thirsty Thursday. Audra already kicked it off with. So, what are you thirsty for? What are you looking forward to in the
Mm.
future? So you can just say, "I'm looking forward to pizza" later on today, which is
Ooh.
totally fine. I'm actually not. That's not me. It's just giving an example. Nothing wrong with pizza. That's what you want, not yucking your yum. Uh, but Audra is excited for Doctor Strange this weekend. You bought tickets
Nice.
at dinner time so you can eat popcorn for dinner.
Yes, popcorn for
I
dinner.
love like the full thought. You're like, okay, it's gonna be at this time. I'm gonna have the popcorn. I love eating popcorn with red vines. There's just something
Ah,
about the taste of these together. Like
mm.
same time. That's my thing.
Interesting, interesting.
Audra's also looking forward to my husband in the last episode of Moon Knight.
Uh,
Avi, my husband, Oscar Isaac,
oh,
who
I yes.
because you did an episode of Minority Corner with me when we talked about their space because we're space sisters.
Yes.
We're space siblings, you know?
Yes, that's right.
Because him and
Okay,
Pedro Pascal have the most beautiful male relationship
that's
ever.
right.
And
Yes.
Oscar Isaac had asked, like, who would you want to go to space with? And he was like, it would have to be my space sister, Pedro Pascal. That's my baby. That's my sweet baby.
Yes. I remember that.
Oh my gosh, so good. Okay, Raymond's chiming in. Raymond's looking for the end of the house, but I'm also sad for the end, and I'm looking forward to Doctor Strange. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, yes.
Audra, I'm gonna have like this is. I think I'm in a space where I have to agree to disagree. Audra's coming in hot with Twizzlers. Audra, are you from the East Coast? I have
Oh,
a theory that people on the West Coast eat red vines and people on the East Coast eat Twizzlers. Are you all right? Get on uppers. Audra has just thrown down the gauntlet. Red vines and Twizzlers. We want to hear red
oh my
vines or
gosh.
Twizzlers. Red vines or Twizzlers. Avi, what are you going with?
Oh, dear. I don't like either of them. But
But you
if
have to
I if
choose. You
I
have
have to
to.
choose, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go with Twizzlers.
You're just saying that to stay on the get on upper side. I think that you are absolutely. And look at the even Sarah has turned against me. But to in my
Uh,
defense, Sarah's from the East Coast, so of course she's gonna go with
okay,
Twizzlers. Avi, this
okay.
doesn't make any sense. You were born in the Bay Area. I gotta check your birth certificate. I
I
gotta check.
don't
Check.
just I don't like it. I don't like red
Mm,
vines. Maybe because my mom liked them and she used to eat them a lot. I don't know.
okay,
And
maybe
I'm
you're
like
like you're being rebellious. You're like, "Nah, mom eats
rebellious.
red vines. I'm eating Twizzlers." And then Audra did say, "So look, my theory is what on." Audra said, "I'm from Illinois and I live on the East Coast now." See, uh,
Okay.
oh, look at Pomeranian reminding us. I'm thirsty for Mother's Day because
Aw.
Mama, you know I love you. Oh, that is a song. Is that the Boys to Men song? There's a Boys to Men song,
Is
"Mama." Is that
it?
what I'm singing? Because 'Cause I'm singing musical notes,
Okay,
and I feel like
yeah,
that's
which means that's
"Mama,
probably
you
a
know."
lyric.
There's also a Spice Girls song called "Mama."
Mm.
I used to always try to, like, sing it. I was like, "I'm gonna sing it to my mother for Mother's Day one day." I could not get the song. "Mama, I love you.
Yes.
Mama, I care."
Gosh. Oh,
And
no.
Raymond saying, I think Raymond saying Twizzlers and Red Vines, they are obviously the same thing. They are not. And Tim saying you can use Twizzlers as a candy straw. You can use Red Vines as a candy straw as well. And thank you, Pomeranian, my only friend, said yes, Jam. I knew we'd get along. Red Vines rule.
Aw, that's
And
sweet.
Terry from Michigan eating Twizzlers. Okay, agree
Mm.
to disagree.
Mm, mm,
Agree to
mm. Mm,
disagree.
mm, mm.
Um, Oh, and Tim said there's a creepy Genesis song called Mama too. So you all have options of what song you'll sing to your mom for Mother's Day.
Amazing.
Avi, what are you thirsty for?
Oh, okay. May is my favorite month because I'm thirsty for my birthday.
Okay, you better have a birthday. You better
Okay.
have a birthday.
May 21st is my birthday, and I'm going to Disneyland.
Ah!
So I'm thirsty for that.
You're gonna be thirsty for a while because like it's only May 5th.
I know, I know. Okay, fine. In that case, for this week, I'm also seeing the Doctor Strange movie, so I'm thirsty for that as well.
I'm so excited. So I am thirsty for. Oh, you're going today. Oh, you're going today,
That's the
right? Oh,
plan. That's
perfect.
the
Because I'm
plan. Yeah, it's a little up in the
I'm
air, but
I'm thirsty for you're gonna go see Doctor Strange, and then we're gonna meet up for some Cinco de Mayo tacos and
uh,
margaritas,
I'm
and
thirsty for that too.
we're gonna get to talk about it. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Yes,
Yes,
yes, yes, yes, yes.
yes.
And then look at this Pomeranian. Oh, I love it. There's so many Mama songs. Raymond said there is a Tupac song called
Mm.
Mama. Yes, there
Yes, there
is. Really good
is.
one. There's so many. I'm gonna make my mom like a Spotify mixtape. I'm even gonna throw in that
Aw.
creepy one that Tim suggested.
From Genesis, yes.
But there is, yeah, the Boys to Men Forever. Oh, Boys to Men, so good. If you all haven't seen, I know we must have like Boys to Men fans. There is a documentary on Netflix that I think it's called This Is Pop. It's something about pop
Mm,
music. It's like a six-part series and talks about the history of pop. And the first episode is about Boys to Men. And like,
mm,
oh, everyone just felt like they fell out. And no, what happened was essentially they got replaced by like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys that
mm,
before then, like they were the hugest group ever, and they were like, you know, everybody loved them, no matter their race. But it became more socially acceptable for like, you know, young white girls to have pictures of, you know, white guys on their wall as opposed to like these four black men. So it kind of talks about
mm.
how they just pretty much stole like the formula of, you know, Boys to Men, and that's what ended up happening. So, and Stacey is thirsty for tacos because it's
Tacos.
Happy Cinco de Mayo to everybody. I should have opened
Yes.
the show with them. Happy
That's
Cinco de
okay
Mayo.
because, James, Cinco de Mayo is not just about tacos.
I know. Okay. Good night, everybody. I have been. I'm going to cancel myself. And all right, Avi is the new lead host for the show. Um,
No,
can you
no.
remind us of what is
Oh
the
gosh.
significant? I meant to prep you on this. Since you're like trying to look at that Google search, while Avi Googles the
Which
history
I
of
should know more. I know it's not Mexican independence. I believe it's when Puebla, like, won a battle. Um,
oh, because
Cinco
everyone be running around being like, "Oh, it's Mexican Independence Day," and I'm like, "No,
no.
no, no." Isn't that maybe like more so? I know like the reason why Latinx Heritage Month is celebrated from September 15th to October 15th is because
Mm,
so many Latinx cultures had their revolutions around that period in time. They had their
correct.
Independence Day.
So it says it's a May 5th commemorates the anniversary of Mexico's victory over the French Empire at the Battle of Puebla in
See, you said it.
1862. Yes.
Puebla. Yum, yum,
Puebla,
yum.
Battle of
Puebla.
Puebla.
Okay.
So it was a
Yeah.
victory. Yeah. There you go.
All right, we are going to go into happy birthday
Ooh,
celebrities.
love
Happy
it.
birthday celebrities.
Also, it's getting a little
Happy
hot in
birthday.
here. It's getting a little hot.
Okay. Are
Sorry.
we getting ready for the day? Avi just needed a song to be able to. This is a morning show.
Excuse me.
Avi did warn us that they have been almost naked on a play. So I think
Wow. None of
you,
that. None of that here.
it's not that sort of
Uh,
performance theater. Are you wearing a sweater? Of course.
I
She's like, why am
know.
I so hot? And
I
in
what was
their
I
recording studio, I just want
thinking?
look at this. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
goodness.
Audra, Raymond, are y'all freaking out? Because we are seeing where Wayne Whispers records
No, this
their
is not where I record. This is my little studio, but I mainly use it for voiceover auditions and audiobooks.
Okay, did you do your audition for the Owl House in that room?
No,
Okay. I'm
I
really
did
trying
not.
to give them a gift. I'm trying to
Okay,
give them a
hey,
gift.
I will show this. Um, check that out. Isn't that so cool? It's rain. Oh,
It's
wait, where's my
rain.
oh,
Little
yeah.
flushed out. Yeah, oh my
Oh, there we
god.
go.
All right, get on uppers. Are we freaking out? This is amazing.
Yeah,
This is so great.
it's like a 3D model of Rain Whispers, and Dana Terrace, the creator of the Owl House, gifted it to me, but it was made by Gretchen Leffler, I
Hmm.
believe
Hmm.
is the name of the artist. But anyways, that
Okay.
isn't here.
Oh my god. Oh, we've got questions coming in. We've got questions, and
Oh,
as we're
yes.
doing this, please feel free to throw questions Avi's way. We'll make this it's an interview slash morning show thing.
Mm.
Audra has a question. How did you get started with voice acting, and how is it different from
Mm.
in-person acting? That is a great
That
question.
is a really great question, Audra. Thank you. Let's see. How did I start? Okay. Honestly, it's a little tied to this, like, just my journey as an actor. Like, I feel like voice acting is still acting. And also as a kid, I noticed that I really loved reading my, like, children's books, like, out loud.
Yeah,
Or, like, comics in the newspaper. Like, I liked reading out loud and sometimes putting voices to the characters.
yeah.
So I feel like that was a little seed planted as a kid, but then that kinda disappeared. And then we started doing acting, cool, cool, cool. I then tried to do voiceover. Like, this is something I like to share, and I guess I don't know if everyone's familiar with more of my identity and who I am, but so I'm transgender, I'm non-binary, I use the pronouns they, them. I've also medically transitioned. So I was assigned female at birth, but I have since taken testosterone to masculinize my features and feel like my true self. And with that, my voice changed. So prior to doing that, I tried to do voiceover. And that was a moment where I actually gave up because
Mm.
I was really like, I took classes. I paid all this money to create this demo reel of my voice, and nothing really came out of it. And that's when I said, "You know what? Maybe this just isn't for me. Maybe it's not going anywhere, so I let it go.
Hmm.
Then I transitioned. Then my voice changed. And this full circle moment, I got an email for an audiobook. And I feel like that was like open the gate again to like using my voice as like telling stories. And it was very affirming. And the book itself, perfect book. It's called
Hmm.
Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas. And it's a Latinx trans boy who is like the main character. And like there's a love story, a queer love story. There's all this culture. And I was just like, this is perfect for me to like get into this industry now. And then with that, I've been narrating audiobooks, and with that, my agents were like, "Oh, okay, voice." So started submitting me for all of these, voiceover projects, and one of them was Rain Whispers. So it's just kind of all happened. It was yeah, it's been a blessing, and I'm so grateful and so happy. Yeah.
I am moved to tears right now
Oh,
because it's such a beautiful story. Audra was saying big snaps. I
thanks,
mean,
Audra.
like it's like there is this theme of this show of this theme of Audra was saying the thing I did as a kid disappeared and came back keeps coming back on this
Mm,
show. It really is.
yeah.
They say that when you're a kid, those things that you were doing, that's the like, you're so fresh from whatever the
Mhm.
original universe. We're all stardust, uh you're so fresh from it, and so those things that you're doing, it's information of like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. Like Oprah used to play like school teacher. She's literally a school
Mm,
teacher of the world.
yeah.
um I used to like I've talked about this before. I used to host all of my projects I would do as a kid were always like talk shows, right? And like this is I know, like it's insane. I used to play radio DJ with my best friend, like
I
I was
love
like
that.
8 years old.
Yes.
And I what I love so much about even today's story of those things that sometimes you have to walk away from something, but
Yeah.
um Cicely Tyson says she was never worried about any role she didn't get because what was meant for her would
Mm,
always come to her.
there you
The ones that
go.
she didn't get weren't for her. And I think too, Terry was saying that, there's the good stress and there's the bad stress. And sometimes you have to walk away. But if you still stay open,
Mm,
and if it's the song that's in your heart, it's never gonna go away.
yes.
It'll always be there. And Audra said, Avi, thank you. So interesting. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing your story. And also too, I love like you had to get to who the essence and truth of who you really were for that
Yes.
to happen. And I think
Yes.
that's the other part, your dreams and kind of what Raymond was saying earlier. You have to be your own best friend. You have to really fully love yourself, embrace yourself, know who you truly are.
Mm,
Otherwise, you won't be able to get to what your true dreams are because you don't really know yourself. So
yeah.
how can the pathway be made forward? Um,
Exactly. Aw, y'all are so sweet, and, oh, what lovely energy, thank you. The convo, Audra, yes, filling your heart this morning. Avi, you are loved, the world needs to be more inclusive, this is your moment. Thank you, oh, thank you.
to get our numbers. It's a
Oh,
great group, great crew. I
thank
mean, I'm
you.
for crying over
Ah,
here. And
oh
all
my
right,
gosh. Alright, we
Stacy,
gotta get to the celebrity birthdays.
did
I
you see
saw
Stacy's already like,
gimme, gimme,
give me
gimme,
celebrities, give
gimme,
me
gimme,
birthdays, give
gimme,
me
gimme, gimme.
celebrities. So we got you, Stacy. All right. Here's how it's gonna work. Avi is gonna be our quiz
Got it.
sovereign for
Got
today.
it.
Is going to ask these questions.
Got it.
I think that the first one that we're doing today. So the way it's gonna work, Avi's gonna ask us questions.
Yes.
We're gonna guess the answer, working as a team. You can just say
Yes.
into your device whatever you think the right answer is, and
Love
that'll
it.
appear, and then we've got it. So I think the first one that we're who are we at? Where are we at, Sarah? I think we're at Richard Jenkins. I don't know who
Yes.
this is.
Alright, I'm ready. Here we go. Richard's birth Wait, wait, what?
There's
I'm
pictures.
Oh, I'm confused. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, so tell us who he is. Why would we
Okay.
know him, and how old is he?
Oh, that's it. That's it. Okay. I thought I had to ask the question, and
You
then you
are. No, no, no. And
Oh,
then you ask the question.
okay. Richard
uh,
Jenkins.
okay,
Birthday was
yeah.
yesterday.
Oh, good for him.
75, what a solid number.
Wow.
An actor,
I'm sorry. Audra is we're on the same page. Audra said, I don't know this man. Sorry to this man. Same page. I
Okay,
don't know this
so
man.
the question says, "Head of the production studio that produced this claymation film."
Okay,
Okay,
okay. No,
Richard
okay,
Jenkins
look,
to the
we
head
are
of
working
production that
together as
produced
a
this thing.
team because Tim's coming in. Tim's like, he was in The Shape of Water, which was a great flick. Yes. But
Okay.
Tim, do we know? Okay. Uh,
It's the title of this claymation film, and he was the head of the production studio that produced
okay.
this claymation film.
Well,
Okay.
Sarah must be a big fan of this man because she put him on this list. Uh, okay, yeah. Audra, I'm kind of with you. I haven't seen this. Wait, no, Audra, don't doubt yourself. So I was supposed to
Oh,
lock in your answer because Audra goes, the Fantastic Mr. Fox. Oh wait, or Wallace and Gromit.
oh, oh,
Tim, do
okay.
we know if he's British? Because isn't Wallace and Gromit like British or something?
Richard
Fun,
Jenkins.
Finn.
Sounds
He's British.
British.
Okay, all right. I have a fun fact about to everybody. I do not watch claymation. I can't handle it. It makes me want to throw
Oh,
up. The
really?
texture. It's sort of like it. I
Interesting.
can't visually. It's so weird. The texture. I can't handle it. It makes me think of chalk. I
Interesting.
can't even touch chalk either because the texture is
Okay.
weird. So I can't
Okay,
watch
fair,
claymation.
fair, fair.
Tim's going with Wallace. We're gonna go with Wallace and Gromit. I don't think he's British though, but
Okay, shall I tell the answer?
yes, please.
It is Wallace and Gromit.
Yay! Great work, team. Audra, thank you for doubting yourself and correcting your guess. Because that is great. Audra
Thank
said, I'm hedging
you.
my bets.
Great job, everybody.
Oh, Tim asked, even the California raisins, especially the California raisins, Tim, because they're also creepy. I also find like most claymation is creepy. Like
Oh
everyone
my
enjoys it, and I'm
gosh,
just like, I can't.
that
Only one
is
I can do is
so cute.
Nightmare Before Christmas because it's
Oh,
supposed
yeah,
to be
yeah,
creepy, but all
yeah,
the other ones are like, this is fun. I'm like, this is a nightmare.
yeah,
Please end it.
right. Well,
Look at Stacy cheering you on, Audra. Come on, Audra and Jam, you can do
woo!
it. All right. Well, we got sorry to that man. I probably will still not if he's walking down the street today celebrating his birthday from yesterday. I still won't know who he is.
Okay, are we on to the next?
Yes.
Okay, I can say his name.
Yes, you can.
Will Arnett. Okay, Will
Ooh.
Arnett. Yes, birthday was yesterday,
Wow.
52.
Wow.
Oh, beautiful. Actor. Here's the question.
Okay.
Who was his character on Arrested Development, and
Uh-huh.
what did he do?
Ooh, that is a good question. I'm gonna be so honest, everybody. I only watched like the first season of Arrested Development. I was like, this is great. And then I left. It got canceled. It was confusing. Audra said, "Ooh, I do know this man. Uh, ooh,
Okay. Okay.
Gob Bluth
Alright.
is what we're going." And he was a
Wow.
magician. I forgot
Audra,
about
yes,
that.
okay.
Oh yeah. And then Pomeranian was going back to what's his face? Richard Jenkins, the man we don't know. Pomeranian said, "Oh my god, OMG, I know where I've seen him. He played Henry in HBO's Olive Kitteridge. That sounds British to
Ah.
me, Tim. I mean, that sounds like a very British TV show. I and what about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Can you watch Rudolph?
Oh my gosh.
Sure. Tim, you were right. Audra got it. And
Audra
also,
got it,
he
yes.
is on Our Flag Means Death. He has an episode on it. It's so good. Have you seen Our Flag Means Death, Avi?
I haven't seen it, but I know one of the actors who's been on it, Vico Ortiz.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes. It's the show is a queer pirate show.
that's amazing.
Unexpectedly, it's a queer pirate show. One of the pirates uses they them pronouns. They don't
Yes,
even address it. It just is a thing. It just is like,
yes.
yeah, they just do
That's
it.
probably Vico's character because they
Yes.
are non-binary. Yeah, okay,
Yep.
great.
So they use they them pronouns. I there's like several like queer pirates, and it just they don't even bat an eyelash on it. It's not a big
That's
deal.
fantastic.
That's just how things are out on the seven seas.
That's what we need.
Yes. And then Audra said, and he was that college friend you wish you could forget. Her flag means death. Yes, he really, really is. I won't spoil anything, but I think you would really, really enjoy it.
Yes.
Taika
Okay.
Waititi.
Oh, here we
Hmm.
go. Moving on. Right? Next.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Our
We'll
oh,
go to, yeah, we can
oh.
do it. Adele, we'll do it. We'll
We're
let
doing
Sarah
it?
drive. You're doing it.
Okay, here we
Adele.
go. We're going. Adele. Today is Adele's birthday.
Happy birthday, Adele.
She has turned 34.
Oh,
She is a singer.
yes, she is.
Okay, here we go. This song of hers has broken the record for most number ones on iTunes in over
Ooh.
100 countries.
Huh, okay, y'all. And she's got so many bops. She
So
is.
many.
I love when I break up with someone because I just go straight to my Adele.
Oh,
I love breakup music. In fact, I will get into a relationship just so I can start listening to it. It's my favorite genre of music. Oh, Audra's saying hello, and Tim said hello at the same time. Hello. Well, what about
hello.
Rolling in the Deep, y'all? That was like her first like big bop, right? Okay. I feel
Mm.
like, or what set fire to the radio? No, that's not going to be as big. Um, oh man, y'all both came in with hello at the same time at 7:47 a.m. And
That's a
then
sign.
okay, all right. And then
Uh,
Pomeranian said, "Jam Olive Kitchens was a book of short stories surrounding main character New Englander Olive. I don't think I've heard of that." And Tim is saying, "Let's say hello." And Pomeranian said, "Adele is a queen. She absolutely is. That voice." And it's gonna be another what? She just came out with an album last year, so we got 5 more years. So
mm.
what? She did what? She was what was her last album number?
Oh God.
30? Was it
Uh,
30? So it's been no, she just had one, right? Was it 33? I don't know.
uh,
Anyways, she takes forever. But we're gonna go with Pomeranian said Rolling in the Deep too. I would have said that too, Pomeranian, but I'm gonna go with Hello. Hello.
and you are correct.
Ooh.
Hello,
Hello from the
the
other
other
side.
side.
I was dating a guy in Amsterdam at the time. We had a long distance relationship, and we always knew that was going to be our breakup song, and it was.
Oh my
I
gosh.
tried to call a million
Oh
times. It's
no.
hello from the
To
other
tell
side.
you.
I'm sorry
Sorry.
for breaking your
Breaking your
heart.
heart.
And you're not. But it's because we
Okay.
were from two. Hello from the other side. It's essentially like the other side of the pond, you know.
Yes.
And we
Well,
were
all right.
deep. We were rolling in the deep too.
All
But I set
right.
fire to that rain.
Ooh. All right. Gimme. The next is who do we have? Who do we have?
Sarah's
Sarah.
choice. Sarah, you just pick
Sarah's
it.
choice. Sarah's
You
choice. I'm
drive.
going.
You drive. What do we got
Ah,
here?
very good. Okay. Here we go. Brian Williams. Birthday today, 63, is a news anchor. And here's the question. How long was he at NBC for?
Ooh. Are we? So we're looking at just NBC because right now he's at MSNBC.
Yes, just NBC.
And so he's not at both? Lazy. I also appreciate that Raymond was like about my how I knew that that was always going to be our breakup song. He said that's messed up, but that's
That
funny.
is, yeah,
I
that's
agree.
funny.
Audra side eyeing this man. Yeah, Audra. I feel like Brian Williams is kind of in this like I don't know. He's retiring soon, I think, which is probably for the best.
Oh my
Did
god.
he? Did he have like a drunken episode? He did something wild, right? What was it? Brian Williams did something that it was like very questionable. I forget what he
Oh,
did.
oh dear.
Um, Audra saying 15 years that he was there.
Okay.
Um, oh, Pomeranian said, "Did you see the SNL skit using hello as an awkward Thanksgiving meal?"
That was a good
Oh,
sketch. Yeah,
that
I've
was
seen that.
good. That was so good. They don't miss a beat over there. Brian Williams, we're side eyeing this man. Oh, Raymond's saying 30 years. Um, oh, he lied about being in the middle of a firefight or something. Yeah, he report the facts, man.
Oh
Just the
my
facts.
gosh.
His daughter is a very talented woman who was in Get Up, and I guess Girls, but I only know her from Get Up.
Right. That's his
Yeah,
daughter? I didn't know that.
yeah, that's his
Oh,
daughter. Tim said, yeah, he embellished some things. Oh, Brian Williams. Let's see. Raymond said 30. Audra said 15. I'm gonna
okay.
split the difference and say 23.
Okay. Actually, it is 28.
Okay, I should have split it up higher. But Price is Right rules. I was the closest without going over,
Well,
so I
someone said
won.
30. Oh, because
Maybe.
without going over. Got it, got
Look
it.
at you.
Okay, okay. Wow. All right. Are we doing some more?
Yeah, let's
All
keep
right.
going.
Okay, I'm guessing this is
Oh, she was in the live Peter Pan, Tim. You're right. Yeah, she
okay.
was in that.
Is this
Oh,
Daniel? Is this person Daniel?
Sarah, I love this one. Again, Audra, do you know who this man is? Is anybody sorry to this man? I don't know him, but happy birthday.
Daniel Fishel. Daniel
He looks
Fishel
British. I feel like he's
turned
British too.
an actor, giving that
Mhm.
actor look. 41 today.
Okay.
And oh no, that's she took no, hold on. I'm confused. Who
Sarah,
is this? Is this
oh, this
John
is
Reese
Kurt
Davis?
Loder.
This
It's
is Kurt.
Kurt.
Great. We've
It's
jumped.
Kurt.
Okay. I'm so and
Okay, sorry. Of course.
all
Okay,
right.
thank you,
All right.
Sarah. Okay, I do
Thank
know this
you.
man. I do know this
All
man.
right.
He looks different. He does. He looks
I couldn't
older.
find the name. We were out of order. Okay, here we go. All right,
Okay.
everybody. This is Kurt Loder. Today, Kurt turns 77.
Dang.
Kurt was VJ, MTV host. Ah, so cool. And
Yeah.
how long did he study journalism for?
Ooh, oh dang, that's what I was at. The question was like name the show that he did. What was I do have a question for Skin Uppers, though we'll get to the real question. What was the name of the he did was it MTV News? Yeah, I think that was it. All right, well,
Mm.
solve that riddle. So he was doing MTV News for the longest time. How long did he study journalism for?
Yes.
As in
How
like
long?
how long has he been in journalism? Or like he went to school and studied
The question says, how long did he study journalism
it?
for?
Okay, well, I'm gonna say 4 years he went to college.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, do we have
Okay.
any other guesses? I'm locking mine in at 4 years because based on the way the question is written, I'm gonna say, uh, but Sarah, like, okay, Sarah, we love you. We wrote the question. Is the question how long did he study journalism, or how long has he been doing it for? Because I think he's probably been doing it for like 50 years.
How long
How
did
long
he
did he
study?
study? Okay, for 4
How
years, he
long
went to
did he
college.
study?
Oh, Tim said 0 years, like, he just was like,
Wow.
"I
I'm a
got this."
natural. Yeah.
Dang, and Raymond said, "That sounds good." Um, okay, either
Yes, Danielle. Yeah,
0
yeah, yeah.
Oh, Danielle
Danielle
Fishel was
Fishel.
the
Well, because I was
penguin.
confused because the doc said Daniel. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah. Okay, well, we've gotta get to Danielle or Danielle Official. We'll get there. Pomeranians
All
on
right.
point.
Let me tell
Um,
you how long he
how
studied.
okay, yes, please do.
4 weeks.
Years. Oh, 4 weeks? I was close with the 4 weeks. And
4
Tim was
weeks.
actually well, I think Tim and I combined kinda get
Yeah.
it because I
Yeah.
said 4 years
Yeah.
and then got the number. Tim said
That's
0,
it.
which is, like, practically nothing.
Yeah.
4 weeks, and he was like, "I got this." Can you imagine? You're just like, "No, okay, alright.
That's
I got what I
incredible.
needed." Oh,
Ah, here we
there she
go. Okay,
is.
we're back. We're
Okay.
back. I got it. Danielle Fishel. We know her. We know her.
We know her. We know
She
her.
she turns 41 today. Happy birthday. She is an
Mm.
actor and alrighty, she took this famous boy band member to
Oh.
prom.
Wow. Sarah, I have to give you snaps, Sarah, because these trivia questions are so good today because I am learning these facts like that I don't even know. She took a boy band. Okay. All right,
Mm.
y'all. So we know it's got to be like In Sync or Backstreet Boys. She does seem like someone who would have gay friends. So it could be Lance Bass. Like they were friends. That seems like a what are we thinking, Get on Uppers? We have
Yeah, what
10
are we thinking?
options.
Mm.
Let's rule some out. I don't think it's Kevin. Not AJ. I hope it's not. He was be like, let's get drunk.
It
Can't
wasn't
be AJ.
JT.
Ugh, hopefully not. She's also someone that I wish that she was just doing. I like, this industry. Maybe she didn't want. I love Topanga. Um, Let's see. Tim was thinking Lance Bass as well because it was just his birthday. And
I
maybe
love
they were
that.
like, we are similar signs. It seems like something Lance Bass would do. I hope it's not
Mhm.
someone random like Howie. I had such a crush on Howie because he seemed like the gettable one.
That's
And
funny.
he had that body yaddy yaddy. Oh, Sarah, moving on.
It was Lance Bass, everybody.
Oh, we did
It was Lance Bass.
it. That makes sense. Yeah. All right.
Amazing.
All
Any
right.
more celebrities? Are we
Let's do Henry Cavill. Let's do
okay?
him. Yeah.
Henry Cavill.
Oh, look at that. Sarah's got a
Oh, look at
photo.
that. We
Oh my
got a
God. Can we zoom
photo.
in just a little bit, Sarah? This is too cute.
They haven't aged a bit.
This is look at that hair. This is quintessential 90s everything. Because I went to the prom like in late 90s, early 2000s is when
That's
that's when I started going
incredible.
to prom because I went to prom from 1999 to 2003 because I went every year.
Oh,
Um, but this is exactly the look. Look at the
oh my
hair, that like
gosh.
dress, his hair. Look at his like bleached tips. Oh
Oh,
my
love it.
gosh.
Love it.
Oh my gosh. So
Oh
good. What a
my
good scoop, Sarah. What a
gosh.
good scoop.
That was really good.
Oh,
Okay.
my Superman, my
Good
favorite
old
Superman.
Henry Cavill turns
Mm.
39 today.
Okay.
We know Henry is an actor, and he's known for this superhero movie.
Okay, everybody. This is a stumper. This is a stump. Sarah's like, I put all my energy into that prom question.
Because you literally said it, James. Yeah,
Yes. All
Audra.
right.
Yes, yes. Superman.
Superman. But you know what's really messed up is that like he doesn't have any more Superman movies on the books. It
Oh, that's
really
so
sucks.
sad.
He's a great Superman. It's very unfortunate. And I can't believe he's only 39, but I guess that makes sense. But it's just weird because it's like I'm almost the same age as this man. I don't know.
Mm,
That is so weird to me. He just
mm.
seems so much older and taller and yep, Superman. Superman, Superman, Superman. Well, I hope he
Superman.
gets a job. Someone at DC, please put that cape on him. He looks good.
Oh,
He looks good.
wow.
All right. Well, we done did the dang thing. Happy birthday to all these
Amazing.
people.
Happy birthday.
Especially to Richard Jenkins, who we figured out who you were today. Audra said, I'm almost 34, but I still feel like a kid. Yeah, are.
Mm.
And Audra, snaps to you because you're 34, you got the master's, you also have started your own business. Like, Audra,
Wow.
doing it up, right? Isn't that impressive?
Wow.
Mm
That
hmm.
is
Mm hmm.
cool.
Yeah, well, you're doing it up. You're doing it up. We love it so much. And I think that is actually something, Audra, that I think that feeling never ends, and I hopefully it doesn't. I know some people, it kind of really always bothers me. Like I have friends who are like maybe 2 or 3 years older than me, and they're always
Mm,
like, "Oh, I'm so old. I'm so old. I'm so old." I'm like, I
mm,
don't know about you, but I'm planning on living until like I'm 112. So I am not. And you're only as old as you think you are. I think
mm.
like mind over matter, and you can see like older people, like look at Jane Fonda, like she is running around doing her thing, she's like in her 90s, like that's how I want to be.
Yes.
Oh, okay, Tim, thank you so much for joining. Tim saying I have to go to a meeting now. Have a great day,
Okay.
everybody, and nice to meet you,
Nice
Avi.
meeting you, Tim. Have a great meeting.
Hi, Tim. We call Tim as a nickname. Tim is always right here because they will come in with all the trivia. They'll come with
Oh,
all the
that's
trivia.
awesome.
And then Audra said, I felt more mature when I was 25 than I do now. Audra, I think that's so funny that you mentioned that because I have a
Mm,
theory that in your 20s, you think that you know everything. And then by the time you get to 30, you realize, oh, I don't know anything. And that's
mm,
like the older you get, the more you realize how much you just really don't know. And I think that's wisdom. It's like knowing, like, oh, I'm like a student of life. There's so much that I don't know. And Raymond said, Jane Fonda is a robot. She's not. She's not real. I know it's insane. I don't like.
Oh.
She just looks so good, so good. But yeah, Audrey, I was just saying, like in your 20s, like I also think in your 20s. No offense to our 20-year-olds. I'm so sorry, but like I have some. In your 20s, you think that you know everything. You're kind
Mm,
of at least from my experience, not all 20-year-olds. I don't want to generalize, but your life is kind of all about you, right? It's kind of me.
yeah.
And I feel like when I turned 30, I realized I didn't know anything. and that
Mhm.
I was like, oh, there's other people. How can I
Mm,
contribute? How
mm,
can I give back, and how can I be a working member of society?
mm.
Um, Audra
Relatable.
said, right? Isn't it? Yeah.
Audra said 25 was when I moved away from where I grew up. So that all tracks.
Ooh, and look at that. Raymond said Jane Fonda is 84. Okay, you're right. I was like, she's 96. But still 84, just doing it up. And it's so wild because it's like I feel like they our perceptions of like older women specifically has changed. Like I
Mm,
think the Golden Girls were like in their 50s, but they like had them acting like they were like 70, you know? Like
yep.
and now like you have like, Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin running around in their 80s, kind of like even like more younger presenting than the Golden Girls, more just wild, living their life. And yeah. Uh, Pomeranian says, I love it when Jam says, I have a theory. I should. I think that's going to be the name of my book. I think that's going to be the name of my
That
book.
or you need merch. You need merchandise with all these catchphrases
Oh,
and
I have a
slogans.
theory. That's true. I have a theory is definitely one. And I love it. And then, oh, hello to Aunt Tracy. Stacy's Aunt Tracy has joined us. Hello,
Oh,
hello.
hi.
Just in time. Just in time. Okay, so today is Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. Sarah, I'm wondering, do we have, because we're at 8, we're at the middle time of the hour. Oh, and it's APAH Heritage Month, not just AAPIH Heritage Month, because it's Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. We were going to do Vincent Chin today, but it's such a deep story. Sarah, I'm wondering if we're going to move on to the news, but in the meantime, I do want to make sure we touch on some Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. Sarah, just let me know if there's a link to maybe someone that we were going to do later on that's a little bit shorter that we could do, because I want to make sure that we recognize somebody. But Vincent Chen, maybe we'll do for tomorrow for Flashback Friday instead of Throwback Thursday. Okay,
Nice.
let's get to the news. It's the top of the hour. Thank you, Sarah. You're so great. We love you. I got to give snaps to Sarah, our producer, who is just
Thanks, Sarah.
working this show out so well. We're at the halfway point of the show. Time is flying by. I want to thank everybody who's been chiming in. Pomeranian, Stacy, Audra. We had Tim, Raymond. Thank you so much for your contributions to the show. It's what a great show so far. We still have a whole entire hour to go.
Wow.
And want to thank the folks who've also just been sitting in and listening. So Sam from Tennessee, Kendall, Texas, No Name, Get Matthew. Let's see. And then perfect. So we just if your name is No Name and you're like, oh, I want to change it, you can just go say, change my name. And then look at this. Sarah, reviews are in. Raymond just chimed in and said, Sarah is always doing so well. You're crushing it.
Aw.
You are crushing it. So we're going to cut to the news, and we'll circle back to our Asian Pacific American Heritage moment in a moment. We're going to get to our
Yes.
Thriving Thursday news. So, Avi, would you
Ah.
like to kick us off? And I am going to be right back, like the kids in Jurassic Park who got left in the car. I'll be right
Oh,
back. You've
you're
you've got this.
leaving.
Yes,
Oh,
I'll be right back.
wow. Well, I have some articles here pulled up. We have one headline here. Ivanka Trump, is getting trolled so hard after not being invited to the Met Gala. Again. Interesting. The Met Gala was Monday. There and I think it was gilded glamour was like the theme. And it's like Met Gala is just, the a night to remember. Let's see. I'm trying to see what this story is. Why is she mad? Okay, she's Gilded Age. That's what it was the theme. I see. Okay. Well, you know what? It figures she would be angry. What do y'all think, you know?
Yeah, it's funny. Thank you so much. That is usually how the sausage is made. I always have to run to the bathroom an hour into the
Really?
show. Coffee just runs right through me, and then I run
Oh
away. So
gosh.
that's what happens. I Okay, and then Stacy even said Sarah is crushing it today. And Pomeranian said so much fun. Yay for another hour. Yes, we're having a blast. So yes, Miss Ivanka Trump.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
she
yeah. I
wasn't
mean,
invited.
she wasn't
Okay.
invited. But yes, and then I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of I'm tired of her. I'm tired. I
Yeah.
want to forget about her. And I think here's the thing is that she made choices because she was used to be in that sort of circle, right? Like she
Right.
was in that circle, and it's like you made choices, and I think like she made choices, and these are kind of the repercussions of it. And I think there's a lot of harm that is happening to people
Wow.
because of the things that the sins of her father, and
Yeah.
you're I mean, she didn't really, I don't know, help people. Like she knew like there's so many people whose rights are still like in danger right now because
Yeah.
of the things that have happened during those 4 years. And Stacy saying golden glamour is the statement. I want that on a t-shirt. Is the
Yes.
statement. I love it.
But I was
Um
quickly like, I was looking up, like, the fashion of the evening, but apparently, like, there was one fashion vlogger who was like, "No one got the theme right." Like,
of the Gilded
gilded
Age.
yeah, they're like, "No, no, they don't know."
Yeah,
But
we had Mackenzie Green, who is like a yesterday on the show. We went through a lot of the different looks,
oh,
and
nice.
we kind of went over like there were some folks, and it was kind of the thing. I think that happens a lot of times at the Met Gala. Like people don't always understand the assignment.
Yeah.
Um, but the addresses have to get approved, as Mackenzie was saying. They have to get approved by is it Anna Wintour who runs the Met Gala?
Anna yes, yes, from Vogue,
Ding
Anna
ding ding
Wintour,
ding 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 ding.
yes.
Okay, so she has to like approve all the dresses, so she approves them. Um, so Raymond's like, too bad, so sad she didn't get invited. Stacey said, forget about the Trumps. They're nothing but trouble. I know. I just wanted like,
Yes.
no, don't even want to go into it. Okay, we're gonna switch gears here. So thriving news. Let's see how this. Oh, okay. Well, I warn you all. I try to find the good news. I try. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna start off with something good. Just know something wicked this way comes, and not the good like, oh, there's two Wicked movies coming out, like part one and part two. No, here's one. There is going to be let's keep talking about Marvel because we love Marvel. So Marvel's Black Panther, the official Wakanda cookbook, is
What?
coming out. Yes, there
Oh,
is.
that is cool.
I don't cook. As you all know, I have not cooked since June of 2021. I did make a macaroni and cheese for Friendsgiving, and that is it. That is, and I'm not even kidding. DoorDash is
Oh
my
my
best friend. I don't have
gosh.
time. I don't have time. I'm hosting shows. I have a job. I don't have time. Gotta go to the gym.
Yeah.
So there's a licensed cookbooks, and I'm curious, Getting Uppers, as we talk about this. Would you get this cookbook? Would you get it for me for my birthday, June 23rd? Licensed cookbooks focus on popular movies and TV series. They're not new, but
Uh,
most of the time they're pretty basic dishes that get rethemed. For
mm,
example, I guess there was a Star Wars cookbook, but
that's pretty cool.
this is Marvel's Black Panther, the official Wakanda cookbook. It has recipes that have a story behind them and align with the history and origin of Wakanda. And so there was
Mm.
an interview in Today Food with the chef and author. I'm gonna try not to butcher their name. Nayanaka Banda, Nayanyika Banda explained the inspiration. They said the book is told from the point of this new character, Needy Chikondi, the executive
Mhm.
chef at the Royal Palace of Wakanda. And the idea is the story is incorporated into the cookbook. So it's just very uniquely Wakanda. And that the cookbook is a story within itself. And they said that for them, a huge part of it was taking what they already knew about African foods and then really
Mm.
doing a crash course learning about Black Panther and just the Marvel Comics universe as a whole. And so the chef who designed this, they're Malawanian American,
Mm.
and they were familiarizing themselves with like Wakanda's history through the characters, all the comic books. I mean, really did their work, and they were talking about how there's this long lineage of the nation of Wakanda, and that there's this whole entire story that really introduced us to this world. So it has all these different influences. So what kind of things can you expect from this book? This
Mm.
is like my mind is already thinking like I'm gonna get this book for so many people. This is a great birthday Christmas gift. Like this is such a cool concept. So they have okra fritters, which
Ooh.
are a classic it's classic from in the story. It's a classic from the royal chef. Chakandi's Family Feud. There's Tamarind Cola, which T'Challa
Ooh.
and Shuri drink as kids during their movie nights, and sweet and spicy oxtail with cassava dumplings, which is inspired from
Wow.
Chef Chakotay's trip to the Caribbean. So there's stories behind all these different recipes. And then they said this kind of poignant. They said, the same way that Black Lives Matter speaks to people not just of African descent, Wakanda and the Black Panther speaks to people that way as well. And even though
Mm.
Wakanda is very a specific region on the continent of Africa, they were just keeping all of this in mind that these descendants are part of the larger Africa diaspora.
Mm.
So look at that. Stacey's like yum 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 yum. My stomach is growling because I have
Yum,
only had.
yum, yum is right.
Doesn't
Oh,
that sound doesn't that sound good? I don't cook, but I would jump back in. I'd buy it and then wait for like my future boyfriend to be like, "Oh, what's this?" And I'm like, "You know what to do." I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. Do you want to make me something out of there,
oh,
boyfriend?"
I thought you were gonna make it for your boyfriend.
Oh, no. Is that where you thought the story was going?
Yes.
No. I hate following recipes too. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like
Oh.
following instructions. I just want to like get it done. So
Do we
no,
have any
not gonna do
chefs
that.
out there? Anybody like cooking? Anybody
Yeah. What are we
enjoy
thinking? We know
have like
Stacey's
a
like, I'm into this. Raymond, what are we thinking? I know you love the Marvel. Would you get this cookbook? What are we thinking? Audra, Marvel fan, what are we thinking? Um, yeah, I think this is like I'm heavily interested in this. I think this sounds great. I'm not
I
gonna
love
do any of
this.
the
That's
cooking, but
awesome.
yeah. Oh, this does remind me that I was thinking about the power of because y'all know I did the Black Panther red carpet premiere. I've done 3 of these premieres. I did Black Panther, Eternals, and then Doctor Strange. And it was so interesting. Like the energy still, and I'm not sure if it's just because it was the first one I did, but it still was unmatched in its own way of like the cultural significance behind Black Panther. It was such
Yeah.
a powerful night. Like I will never forget Chadwick Boseman just gave me this look of just appreciation. Like he saw me,
Mm.
he looked into my eyes, connected with me, and just gave me like his hand on my shoulder and was just like, like
Oh,
we did it. We're here.
yeah.
I see you. You're here. I know what this means to you because it means the same to me.
Oh, what a
And you could
gift.
just see him taking in this moment. All of the actors who, Angela Bassett never thought that something like this would be created. Forrest Whitaker, who've been around for so long. And,
Yeah.
now Marvel and Disney are just doing such a better job about representation. So we almost take it at face value. Look at Eternals, such a beautiful cast of like so many people being represented, deaf characters, queer characters, people of different, nationalities. But you didn't have that. Even like, we're doing a Marvel movie rewatch and we're all the way up to Avengers Age of Ultron, and it's like it's pretty white
Wow.
and it's a lot of just white dudes, and
Mhm.
so it's just so Black Panther was the tipping point for these different characters being in there. So
Yes.
all right. And then Raymond said, I like to eat. That's what I like to do. See, Raymond and I are very similar. So
Yeah,
someone
I
else,
get
we'll
it.
we'll have the book
I
for when
get it.
someone wants to come over and cook for us.
I like to cook, so I'll
Okay,
cook. I'll cook.
great. When you come over to my apartment, I'll have it just,
Yes.
oh, what's this,
Oh my
Avi?
gosh.
I'll have the
Yeah.
ingredients all laid out.
Okay, I like that. Alright.
Yeah. I'll chop some things,
Alright,
I'll
you'll
help
be
out.
my sous chef. Yeah, you prep. You'll prep for me.
Yes, I
Awesome.
will. And then Raymond chiming in, so true. It's so sad that we
Yes.
lost Chadwick Boseman. He was honestly
Yeah.
the best person for. I'm so fascinated to see. So, I mean, the next Black Panther comes out in November. So
Yeah.
wild, right around the corner, and just really interested. I know that I think that they'll do such a great job of honoring his character. They're not replacing
Yeah.
him. You can't, that version is. But now with the multiverse, there could be a different Black Panther from a different part of the universe, but that iteration is Chadwick.
Yes, 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 yes.
All right, what story what do you have that is
Well,
arriving?
other than Ivanka, let's see. Oh, this is interesting. Harry Styles refuses to label his sexuality. It doesn't matter.
Oh, tell me more.
Yeah, I mean, pretty straightforward there. Okay, and Harry Styles was from what band again?
One Direction.
One Direction, and
Even
like
I knew that one.
so
Was that a quiz?
interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so interesting because gender and sexuality are two different things, and I know Harry Styles has been exploring gender or, like, presentation of, like, what pronouns does Harry use? Still he, him?
I think so.
Okay,
I'm not entirely sure. Yeah,
okay.
I don't know enough.
Alright, I
Yeah.
see. It's fine, it's alright. Yeah, but I love this quote. I've been really open with it with my friends in terms of sexuality, but that's my personal experience. It's mine. The whole point of where we should be heading, which is toward accepting everybody and being more open, is that it doesn't matter. And it's about not having to label everything, not having to clarify what boxes you're checking. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Yeah.
I was always so anti labels. Like,
Right.
growing up, like, with my sexuality especially, but that could have been because I was still, like, shame closeted,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah. Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
wanna accept, but, yeah, I think that's really something I believe now too, especially being
Yeah.
non-binary and being like, "Don't put me in a box, like,
Mm-hmm.
please,"
Mm-hmm.
it's mine to define. I think that's always
Mm-hmm.
a great message. Your
Yeah.
gender, your sexuality, that's yours to define. There's no one way to be, to look, to sound, and yeah, you just gotta be you.
Yeah. Well, I know I was like, sassing Gen Z being like, y'all are selfish and you don't know nothing and you think you do. But they do have that on point where they are really like not about these labels in
Yeah.
any way, whether it's, their gender, their sexuality. They're just, really not about it. And I've actually even
Yeah.
started to see, say, I work in the field of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and I've seen actually a lot of there's a lot of folks that are actually just using they them pronouns of just like
Yeah.
I'm not doing this construct, like
Yes.
I'm not to any of that. um
Exactly.
so I think it is really fascinating. This is great to hear because I thought that he was, queer, and then someone was
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry, I thought they were queer. So I have to reprogram my brain. It gets easier if we
Right.
just say they them for everybody, then it's just easy, right?
Right.
Uh, but I thought they were queer, and I listened to their album, and then I was like, oh yay, queer music. And then I saw them with some lady, and I was like, no, no. But I need
That
to get
doesn't
better.
matter. Yeah.
I know. I'm calling myself in, not
Very good,
out.
James. Yes,
I'm
that's
calling myself
right.
in. I was wrong. Again, it's all a spectrum. So
It
good
is.
for them. Good
Awesome.
for them. All right. So, oh, there's this one. So I don't know, Sarah, if we had like the video for it. So did y'all hear about what happened with Dave Chappelle?
Yes.
Okay, can we unpack this? So, Dave Chappelle was at Netflix as a joke, and already, I mean, Dave Chappelle is like far beyond on my side eye list, and it sucks so much when you have to side eye your heroes because there was a time when Dave Chappelle was doing such really amazing comedy, but there's a rule to comedy, in my opinion: you don't punch down.
Mhm.
You don't punch down, and that's this
Mhm.
point with his, there's so much with like at Netflix. There was, the walkouts that were
Yes.
happening, the protests, um, because he
Because
was
of
just was making,
transphobic, like,
yes, humor.
remarks and humor, yeah.
And yeah, last year was the deadliest year for trans folks. It was like the most violent and the most death that was murders that were happening.
Mhm.
And so you don't target folks who are, in danger or need help,
Mhm.
because the danger is really real. um Words do matter. Words absolutely matter. And so
Mhm.
and people, we're very susceptible to what it is that we hear and listen to, which is why there needs to be other voices out there speaking truth, and having diversity in voices that are out there, because
Yeah.
people hear what he's saying and they start taking that in. And so anyways, he was at
Yikes.
he was at the Netflix as a joke thing, and someone ran up on the stage and like tackled him. And I guess Jamie Foxx was there, and like the guy ended up getting beaten up backstage and like putting out on a stretcher. And then I won't repeat, Dave Chappelle said another after this, said a very transphobic joke afterwards. And it just was like, wow. So after all of this, you have learned nothing.
Mhm.
After all of this, you are like doubling down. And I think people, like, if you're looking of how to be an ally, like, stop watching his stuff. You have to just, it's a cut and dry
Yeah.
thing. You have to just, it's cut and dry.
Yeah. I agree. That is just awful. And I think that's what I was saying, like, oh my goodness. Like he said that live
Mm-hmm.
after happened.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh
I'm
my
not even
gosh.
gonna repeat it because I just don't want. I don't want to.
Mm,
I just it's so cringy. But
yeah.
I couldn't believe after this thing had happened, and that's where his mind. And that was like, and that's an impromptu joke, right? And so that just shows like that's where his mind is. And he's also one of these people of like, oh, I have trans friends, so no, it doesn't mean that you get to say those things, right? Like you don't like if a trans comedian once like makes those jokes, okay, sure. In the same way that as a black comedian, there were things that he could joke about and that he could go
Yeah.
into. This isn't your world. There's so many other things for you to joke about and talk about. So
Yeah.
clearly, I feel like he keeps doubling down on it. So it's something inside him that he needs to suss out. But
Mm,
he needs to do it quickly because he's causing pain, damage, and hurt and violence towards other people. And so,
yeah.
yeah.
It's tough. It just feels like almost I mean, he has a target on his back. We get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like because
Mm-hmm.
of the original content of his transphobic humor and jokes. But it's just like you're right, he's doubling down, which to me is like I don't care.
I don't care.
And
I
that's like
don't
not
care.
in good taste. Like it's just
Mm-hmm.
like why? That's just not cool. Not cool
Not
at all.
cool. Not cool, Dave Chappelle. So there that is. I am wondering though, I'm glad that the one piece of feed I was afraid people were gonna be like, oh, this is because Will Smith slapped Chris Rock
Oh
and now
yeah,
comedians are in
I
danger.
saw
But
that.
oh,
Yeah.
did someone did make that point? Okay, that was kind of my first I because Kathy Griffin was like, now people are gonna attack comedians, and I was like, that's silly. And then this did happen. But
Well,
and I'm not
ay,
condoning this violence or
no, no,
anything.
no,
I
that
don't
yeah,
not condoning it, but like you said, he does have a target on his back. So like,
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Um, Pomeranian said, but how crazy that Chris Rock. Oh wait, wait, Pomeranian.
What?
I did not know this tea.
Pomeranian? What
Chris
happened?
Rock was there when it went down.
Oh.
Ooh, wow.
Oh
That
my.
is. He's like, oh, this seems like.
Uh, triggered.
Oh my god. Yeah, right? It's like, oh yeah.
Yikes.
I will say what I appreciate, like Chris Rock, on the other hand, I think Chris Rock does really good comedy. He's still staying up with the things. And like right
Yeah.
after it happened, his ticket sales went up. And people were
Mm,
like, oh, I just want to hear what he has to say. And he was like,
mhm.
I'm not going to talk about this tonight. I'm still processing it. Like one
Yep.
day I might be able to like, make jokes about it, but
Yeah, but
I'm
not
not gonna.
not yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Good for
So
him.
yep, yep, yep. Yeah.
But also, yeah, it's fine lines, this comedy stuff.
I just don't. I don't know. I used to do stand-up comedy, and I don't think I was doing any comedy that would result. And I don't know. I wasn't punching down. I wasn't punching down. I would punch
Yeah,
up. So I
right.
don't know.
Well, because there's, like, things like roasts,
Yes.
right? But, like,
Mm-hmm.
that is also, like, I feel like a way to do that in a
Yeah.
more respectful way,
Mm-hmm.
but you're still
Mm-hmm.
kinda, like, digging,
Yeah.
throwing, but
I
anyways,
think that there has to be like love at the bottom of it, right? There
there
has
you
to
go.
be, and I think deposits and withdrawals, like, you
Yeah.
have to invest deposits and then you can withdraw. I think your bank account is over withdrawn right now,
Mm.
buddy. So, all right, let's get to your last story that you have that is some thriving
Is it
news.
thriving?
Oh, I don't know.
Just kidding. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The third article I have is about Schitt's Creek. Do we have any Schitt's Creek fans?
Yeah, do we have any Schitt's Creek fans? Are you a Schitt's Creek fan? Did you watch?
Okay, I watched, but it was one of those situations where like I put it on sometimes and it was just on and then I would come back
Fair,
and like focus and
fair.
then go away and then yeah.
I'm gonna be totally honest with everybody. Please don't get mad at me. I've only seen 6 episodes. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
Here's my thing. When people were like, "Oh, you've got to watch this. You got to watch this," it was like around the time. It was like 2020,
Right.
like pandemic June.
Right.
And I just was very much in a space of like, if there's not people of color up in this, I can't watch it. And there just
Mm,
wasn't enough diversity in it for me. I'll
that's
be able to
fair.
circle back. I think I loved what I saw. It's funny, but I
Yes.
hear there's a black woman in it that's funny, but I
Oh
hadn't gotten to
gosh.
her.
Okay. Well, nonetheless, they were on Netflix, meh. So they're actually leaving. So Schitt's Creek will be going to Hulu
Mm.
here in the US, which is very interesting. I wonder why.
Oh. Well,
Uh-huh.
hopefully, I imagine most people have both Netflix and Hulu. I don't know
Right.
why. Honestly though, I am rarely on my Netflix and I'm also rarely on my Hulu. I just have them to
Yes.
have them. It is just it's HBO Max and Disney Plus and Apple TV for me. Those are the
Right.
three. That's it. That's pretty much all
Yes.
I'm doing. And
Yes.
now that we'll be talking about this when Renee gets here because she's a big fan. But now that I
Oh,
just found
nice.
out that they canceled Saved by the Bell, the reboot,
No
I don't know why.
way.
It's such a good show, and I don't
Oh.
know the only reason why I had my Peacock, and so I don't know. Pomeranian
Oh.
chiming in, you love Schitt's Creek, all caps. I get it.
Yes.
I know I'm missing out. I know. I'm gonna get
It's
there. I'm gonna
okay.
get there. And Pomeranian also chimed in. Yes, Chris Rock was there and said, "Was that Will Smith?" Now
Oh.
that's funny. That's funny. That should have been the joke. That should have been the joke.
That
That
should have
that should
been
have
the
been the joke.
joke.
That should have been the joke. It's the obvious one right there, but instead
Went in.
he just went in. Oh,
Wow.
Pomeranian said the first two seasons weren't great. Give it another
Okay.
chance. Third season and on is much better. All right,
Yeah.
I'll come back
You know?
around.
That happens sometimes with
I'll come back
shows,
around.
though. You, like,
Yeah,
start it, but you just don't get hooked,
yeah,
but,
yeah, yeah.
give it a chance, it
I
might
need
get
to
better later.
I need to put it on in the
Yeah.
background. And then
There you
Audra
go.
right there says, Jam, that's fair. That's my one beef with
Yeah.
it. I mean, there's so many shows that I have that I'm like, oh, I love this, but I just wish it was just slightly
I
better.
get
Well,
it.
hopefully y'all have your Hulu account so you can keep on watching it. I
There
think I
you
want to give
go.
you all one more. This is not going to
Please.
be a thriving news, but I think we just
Okay.
gotta. Sarah, do we have the George Takai tweet? We can put up? Is there the George Takai tweet that we have? Oh, thank you so much. So
Ah.
George Takai said this on the heels of what we have just seen with the Supreme Court. He said, the leaks, he said, listen up, friends. I've lived a long time in this country. I've experienced a lot, and I know and have a deep sense when things are beginning to spiral. We are at that point. We've been
Oh.
approaching it for some time, but the warning signs were in smaller, discrete pieces. Yep. So yeah, I think it's just like a slippery slope of, I
Mhm.
think there's a lot of fear that is happening amongst people. And I think it's weird how there's sometimes is a double standard for what rights are granted.
Mm.
Like, oh, I want to be able to wear. I don't like, my body, my choice to not wear a mask. But
Mm.
then in other ways, it's not your body, your choice, or who gets to get married, or who gets to love each other. And I think really re-examining the role of government is to be able to provide safe spaces for people to live their best life. That's what it is,
Mhm.
safe spaces, because people are going to do things. So how do we create a safe space for it? Like, for example, people are going to do they're going to do drugs. They're going to do them. So if you do what Portugal did, which is legalized everything, they saw
Mm.
a decrease in crime, decrease in
Mm.
drug addiction, and got a boost of tax dollars, and people were doing safer drugs. I'm not condoning like doing all these drugs, if people are going
Right.
to do them. Like, that's why there's needle exchanges. How do we provide a safe space for people to do, these things? And people will make their own decisions. They'll make the right, oh, actually, you know what? I don't want to do this. Or the illegal drug trade is so insane. There's children who are involved. It's so wild. If we cut that off at the hand, plus we get some
Yeah.
money for roads and schools and infrastructure. Like,
Mm.
there's all these things.
Yes.
So I just think, again, re-examining the role of government is how to create safe environments for people to do things safely. I'm even thinking about people who want to have guns. Great, cool. How do we do it so it's a safe space for everyone involved? Maybe you don't need that AKR-17. Again, not a proponent of guns, but again, I know some people want them. So how do we create it so it's safe for everybody? Like, it's part of living in a country is I'm not going to get everything that I want, and you're not going to get everything that you want. So we're going to have to make some concessions and come to the table.
That's right.
Anyways,
No,
that's
that's
my
right.
That's my thing. But this George Takei tweet just really kind of hit. I mean,
It
this is
did.
a guy who spent time in an Asian American concentration camp and talking about
Yeah.
Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. That is part of our country's history. They were Asian Americans, Japanese Americans
Yes.
specifically,
Internment.
Japanese
Yeah.
Americans in these internment camps. Um, and doing the same thing. And again, too, a lot of the stuff that like the Nazis were doing, I'm reading this book called Cass. They got a lot of the ideas from the United States. So
Uh,
just pointing that out there.
yeah. But yes.
All right. Wow. We are going to, and Pomeranian says George Takei is legit when Trump was talking about relocating and banning Muslims. Like, this is
Yes.
like, I mean, the repercussions are going to be felt for generations of that last those
Oh,
4
yeah.
years. I mean,
Yeah.
there's even a case about affirmative action that is going up to the Supreme Court, which
Mm,
they're gonna, get rid of, and
mm,
it's
mm,
just we have to stay vigilant, and that's why we hold these conversations, hold these spaces, and that I'm reading this book about activism, and we're
mm,
all really, if you think about it, activists in our own way if we own that mantle.
mm.
I consider doing this show part of my activism of spreading light and love and information and inspiring people. Sometimes it's, if you're supporting the people who are out there on the front lines protesting, like giving them
True.
water or donating or just having conversations with your neighbors and your family. Like, I think we all have to find what our lane is. Not everybody's going to go out and protest. Not everyone's going to make phone calls, but finding what your lane is in your avenue. So that way, again, my goal is by the time I'm gone, when I'm 152, I've moved the needle further and people are not having to deal with the same things that I was having to deal with. So,
Agreed. Agreed. And sometimes I say the best activism for me sometimes is just being myself. Like, honestly, like, just being like, showing my success, showing my joy. Like, I don't know,
yeah,
sometimes yeah,
it's revolutionary for me to wake up as a black queer man and get up and just say hello world. That is
yeah,
revolution and protest right there, because there was
yeah,
a time, I mean, I always think about this. I was saying this at work the other day, but I get to live openly as a gay man at work, and there was
yeah,
a time I would have been fired, it not that
yeah,
long ago. So,
absolutely.
and
Mm.
Pomeranian times trying Pomeranian was like, George was like, no. Anyone remember internment camps? Hello? Like,
Gosh. Oh, no. Oh, also,
okay.
we
Yes.
sorry,
Yeah, yeah,
J
yeah.
Karen Robinson, it was a comment back, is the black actress on Schitt's Creek, just so you know, James.
Oh, Pomeranian dropping the facts. Okay, I'm coming around. I'm coming
Alright.
around. Karen Robinson, you got me hooked. You got me hooked. You know, I need
Okay,
that good.
alright.
Okay, I
Okay.
would be remiss if we didn't get to our brief APA
Yes.
H Heritage Month. And today we're going to celebrate, because it's Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. Today we're going to be celebrating Queen Lily. Oh, I'm so sorry. Queen
Where
Lily O.
Lilioka?
Kalani.
Liliokalani.
Yes.
Oh,
Lily
pretty.
Okalani. Here we go. So she was born Lydia Lilies U Loloku. Um, Walania Kamakaihe. September 2nd, 1838. So she was like the Queen of Hawaii. She lived until November 11th, 1917. She was the
Mm,
only queen regent and the last sovereign monarch of the Hawaiian kingdom. She ruled from
oh,
January 29th, 1981 until the overthrow of the Hawaiian kingdom of January 17th, 1893. I'd like to remind everybody that Hawaii never agreed to be part of the US. Like, to this day. Like,
ugh.
look at her. Look at her.
Wow, queen. Yes.
Queen. Yes. So there is a movement for getting like Hawaii's like sovereignty back, of being a
Yeah.
sovereign nation.
I've
So
also heard recently, sorry to chime
yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
in,
please, no, don't
that, like, a lot of
apologize.
people now, like, a lot of locals, like, natives, like, of Hawaii, like, living there, they're like, "Please do not come and visit, like, Hawaii. Like, please do
Yeah.
not come here, visitors, please do not tourists,
Yeah.
like, don't
Yeah.
come and, like, because it causes inflation, like, it just makes
Yeah.
everything so messed up for the people that actually live there.
Yep. And it just it perpetuates. It perpetuates just like, and then the dependency on tourism.
Yeah.
I went to the Big Island for an actors retreat, which the Big Island is the
Oh,
biggest population, but no one ever goes there. It's not
oh,
touristy. It's not really interesting. But we
right.
would just went and we kind of really low key. We just kind of went there to study acting and meditated, and we're not just like, I don't know, getting drunk on
Yeah,
the beach every day, but
you're right.
really respectful, because my teacher used to live there, and really being really respectful of the island. We went to the Pololu Valley where King Kamehameha was born. It was prophesied that he would unite the seven islands, which he did, probably
Wow.
through like, I don't know, maybe murder and bloodshed, but
Oh,
he did it.
jeez.
He said it was going to be hard, and he wanted to give up, and he kept going.
That's it right there.
Yeah. So the composer of Aloha Oe, and numerous works, wrote that in her autobiography, Hawaii's Story of Hawaii's Queen, during her
Mm.
imprisonment following the overthrow. So she got imprisoned after the overthrow.
Wow.
Yeah, and so while her natural parents were Analia Keoho Keole and Caesar Kape Akia, she
Mhm.
was Hanai. She was informally adopted at birth by Abanir Paki and Laura Konoi and raised with their daughters. She was baptized as a Christian, educated at the royal school, and she and her siblings and cousins were proclaimed eligible for the throne by King Kamehameha the Third. Good thing I
Mm,
just talked about him, because we know.
that you
So she was married to American-born John Owen Dominus, who later became the governor of Oahu, and the couple had no biological children but adopted several.
mm,
I And so, after the succession of her brother David Kalakeo to the
mm,
throne in 1874, she and her siblings were given Western-style titles of prince and princess. And then in 1877, after her younger brother Leo Koho II's death, she was proclaimed as heir apparent to the throne. They're like, guess it's you. And she's like, I guess it's me.
ah,
And so during the golden jubilee of Queen Victoria, because Queen Victoria was coming around being like, hey, it's me. And they're like, okay, got it.
oh,
They do that, they do this
yes,
tours.
the world
Ugh.
tour.
They
Yeah,
do the
yeah.
world tour, which they just did that one, and people were like, "Get out of here, Kate," and what's his
Oh,
face, like William.
no.
We don't want you here. Go away.
Yikes.
It was like, I think like the governor of Barbados was like, "Yep, yeah, we want our sovereignty. Please stop coming here." To their face. And so Queen Victoria, so during the Queen's Jubilee, she represented her brother as an official envoy to the United Kingdom. She ascended to the throne January 29th, 1891, 9 days after her brother's death. She's taken
Mm,
the reins. During her reign, she attempted to draft a new constitution, which would restore the power of the monarchy and the voting rights of the economically disenfranchised.
mm,
But they're not going to just let her do that. So, threatened by her attempts to do all of this, pro American elements of Hawaii overthrew the monarchy on January 17th, 1893.
oh, wow.
And the overthrow was bolstered by landing of the U.S. Marines under John L. Stevens to protect American interests, which
Mm,
rendered the monarchy unable to protect itself. And so, essentially, a coup happened, and it established the Republic of Hawaii, but the ultimate goal was the annexation of the island to the United States. They're like, yes, but we want this. It was temporarily blocked by President Grover Cleveland. He was like, we have enough stars on this flag. We don't need this one all the way over there. That's insane. But after an unsuccessful uprising to restore the monarchy, the oligarchical government placed the former queen under house arrest in her palace. And then on January 24th, 1895, she was forced to abdicate the Hawaiian throne, officially ending the deposed monarchy. And attempts have been made to restore the monarchy and oppose annexation, but with the outbreak of the Spanish American War, the United States was like, okay, no, we just need this. Okay, this is ours, annexing. And what is so wild? Annexation? Where have we
mm.
heard this before? Who was doing that? Oh,
Mm,
right. That's what Russia is literally doing with the Ukraine. And we're like, oh, well, don't do that. Blah, blah. Literally the same house arrest. Like, come on. This is stuff that, like, it's just glass houses. So
yeah.
she lived out the remainder of her life as a private citizen, and she died at her residence, Washington Palace in Honolulu, on
Oh,
November 11th, 1917. So
wow.
I don't know what the answer is, but I think there's something in like how do we support Hawaii without like
Yeah.
feeding into the tourism of things?
Right. Right.
Yep.
Good question.
Well, we'll solve it. But happy Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. Um, it's that is it. All right. Okay. So we're gonna switch on gears on over our last section of today. We'll do a quick little round of this or that.
Oh, okay.
We'll do some this or
A
that
little this or
here.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, mm,
Okay.
mm.
So can we go to this first? Can we go to the Spice Girls picture, Sarah? I want to make sure that we cover this because this is amazing. There's a picture of the. Do you have that photo, Sarah? The Spice Girls. I think I do.
Nice.
And then,
Oh, what?
yeah. So, okay. And don't know. Did you? Do we have it, Sarah? The picture of the Spice Girls on in the circle. Do we have it waiting for it? Okay, so in the moment we're gonna play this or that. Perfect. Thank you, Sarah. I love you. You're
Okay.
perfect. So we're gonna
Okay.
play this or that. So the way it works, y'all will just say this or that. It's kind of like would you rather. But you're gonna say this or that. So y'all, the spike. Do y'all know this TV show, The Circle? So essentially, like you go in, you're kind of. It's on Netflix. The Circle. You go in. And you're living in this, you're isolated in these rooms and you're connecting to people through like a sort of like a Facebook thing. And some people are real, some people aren't. It's sort of like a Big Brother sort of Survivor thing because only one person can win. You have to vote people out, new people come in. Some people are catfishing as other
Yes.
people. On this next season, the Spice Girls, we have Melanie B, aka Scary Spice, and Emma Button are going to be playing on the show. They're going to
That's
be in it.
awesome.
They're going to be in the circle. But my question
Oh.
to you is, would you rather have this? They play as one of themselves. They play as one of the Spice Girls. And the question is, would people really believe that, like, it's me, Melanie B, or that? Do you want them to play as a catfish, playing as like
Mm.
someone else, like, oh, I'm George from, Ohio. No offense to George from Ohio.
Oh.
Uh, but in this game, would you rather they play as themselves? Do you think that would be better for them? This or that they play as a catfish? What do you think?
Mm. I like catfish because I
Yeah.
feel like the reveal would be, like, cooler.
Oh.
To
Mm-hmm.
me,
Mm-hmm.
like, to be like, "What? Oh my goodness." You know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's my choice.
Okay. All right. I think I'd want them to I do the reveal. I think I'd want them to play themselves. But I think like people would not believe it and then they would
That's true.
realize, oh, it was them all along. Like how
That is
well,
true,
not one but two. I guess my other question to you all, if you were in the circle, would you play as this yourself or that a catfish? If
Mm,
you played in the circle, would you play as this yourself or that a catfish? What about you, for Avi?
me, I would do
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Same. I would as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
Yeah. Stacey, you would play as yourself as well?
yeah,
Yeah, I would play as myself. I think it's too I'm not I the lie would be just too I don't know. I think it's too is like living a lie for so much of my life.
yes, yes,
Like not being my full authentic self for so much of my life, not being fully gay, the thought of like
absolutely.
having to keep that up is not interesting to me.
Right,
um yeah, and Stacey
agreed.
would play as their self as well.
Mhm.
All right. Okay, I think there's an image for this one, Sarah. Audra said, "I'm such
Audra,
a
yeah.
bad liar."
People have to you have to come up with a very creative, like,
Oh my
serious if you're
god.
gonna do
Yeah,
catfish, it's strategic, and there's a lot of
yeah.
preparation involved.
There was a woman who won season 2, she played as her husband, she catfished, and she did really, really well,
Ah,
so it has to be someone that you really, really
there you
know
go. That's it.
so well,
Yeah.
that is the only you have to know them so well, to be able to make that happen, and, alright, so, Sarah, there's an image for choose your own dinner guest, so for this one, it's essentially
Ooh.
just, who would you want to go to dinner with? Is there the image, or do we? Oh, we don't have the image. I wasn't sure if you had linked this. I wasn't sure if it was just going to be the image or not. Okay, great.
Nice.
Let's
Okay.
go to a different one. All
Okay.
right. Would you? Oh, you've got it. All right. And while Sarah's getting that up, you have it. Okay. I have one that I can do without an image for the moment, Sarah. Would you
Okay.
rather be on this, The Bachelor or Bachelorette, or that Love is Blind?
Oh, wow.
So
Oh,
this
wow.
Bachelor, Bachelorette, and all
Oh,
people you would be look at obvious like freaking out as if you're having to choose like a rose ceremony. Which one would you rather be on to find love? This, The Bachelor, Bachelorette, or that Love is Blind? Can I get can or the other would be Tila Tequila. Remember Tila
what?
Tequila?
Or, Love Island.
No, there was one where there was like
Tequila?
getting Tila Tequila. She was bisexual,
I
and so we didn't
remember
know she was
Tequila.
gonna go with like a man or a woman. Uh, Stacey said too much strategy involved. Stacey's saying none, neither. I don't want any of that. Raymond's going with the
The
Bachelor. Okay,
Bachelor,
okay.
nice,
And
nice.
Raymond, my follow-up question is, do you want to be one of the contestants or you're the one you are the bachelor? Do you want to be one of like the
Ooh,
contestants competing or you are the bachelor? I would probably go same with Raymond. I would be the bachelor. That's what I would want to make those
nice,
choices. I don't have to compete. I could not. I
nice.
couldn't go on one of those dating shows where I had to compete. I
Oh, yeah.
don't. I'm very
Me
competitive,
too,
but
yeah,
I'm too jealous. I
right.
would not be able to handle it.
It'd be
I don't
weird.
I
Yeah.
have to give snaps to these folks because that's not an easy you're putting yourself out there. You know they're dating all these other people.
Yeah, that's too much for me.
Oh, I couldn't do it. Pomeranian said love is blind.
Nice.
I
Wait, you
want to
missed
be yeah,
go
what
ahead.
it oh,
No, you
yeah,
missed
oh,
Audra.
Audra.
I'd rather be on The Bachelor and just cause trouble, yeah. You be that contestant who's, like, just, like
Oh
Aw,
no, I'm weak. I am so weak off of that one.
that's funny.
Oh man, I'd rather just be you just and Audrey, you'd make a name for yourself. You'd get your own drink line. You would get like all
Amazing.
these things. So so good.
But
And
yeah,
then
same
Pomeranian,
Pomeranian.
I
Aw,
love this. You do love is blind. I want to be loved for who I am, not for what I look like. I love it.
yes.
I love it. I love it. This is so good, so good, so good. I've actually never seen Love Is Blind, but I imagine they don't see each
Oh,
other and they're dating. There's like a screen or
no.
something.
Well, yeah, they're, like, in little pods, like, in rooms, and you can't see the
Mm.
other person, you just hear their voice. Um,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Um, let's see. There's another one though too. There's this guy. There's one that like I forget what it is. I think there's one that was like on MTV. I
Oh,
forget, but
Are
it had
You
like
the One?
yes, it has like queer people on
Yeah,
it.
they did a queer Are You the One? And that was
Oh,
where there
okay.
was so many ways the partnerships and relationships
Oh,
could go, you know?
yeah.
And that one was wild.
Mhm. Okay. I couldn't handle that one either. Again, I had to be standing, looking at my tux, being cute, going on these dates, and just deciding. I
Oh
wish
my
I hadn't have aged out. I could have been the first gay bachelor.
you coulda.
Um, I aged out. Oh, Raymond says that you would want to be on the circle. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm opening this up to everybody. What if you had to go on a reality TV show? You had to. What
Mm.
reality TV show would you want to go on, be on, compete? Putting that out to everybody. What is the reality TV show that you would want to go on?
I
Do you
choose
have one?
Amazing Race.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Who would be your partner? Would you go with your partner?
my wife, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
not me? You wouldn't want to run
Well,
around with
okay, you
me?
know what? Don't tell her, but yeah, actually, I think I choose you.
We would do so good. We would
That
have
would
so
be
much
so fun.
fun. Yes, we would have so much fun. I think we would do really well. I think people would like underestimate us. I
Yes,
think you speak
yes.
Spanish and
Uh,
I like
Not fluently.
I so we'll do really well there and like kind of. I'm really good at directions. I can do the
Good.
competitions and stuff. I think
Yes,
we would absolutely.
yes.
Let's see. Audra said that I would want to do a version of Lizzo's show where you
Oh.
learn how to dance.
Oh, I love
That seems
that.
like the most positive. I can't, but I also can't dance. But maybe that's part of the show. Like Lizzo's like
Yes.
gonna like make you into like this dancer. Raymond said the circle.
Yeah.
Stacey is also just like, I would stay out of the danger zone, which is like Stacey's like, I'm not going on
Yeah.
these
No.
reality dating shows, not gonna happen. And then look, Raymond said that we would do so well, so
Aw, thanks, Raymond.
I think
Yes.
that we were like, absolutely
Right.
would. All right. It is our last segment to close out for the day. We are going to do Thankful Thursday.
Oh,
What
nice.
are we thankful for? What are we thankful
Oh,
for? So you can share it out in the chat. My heart is so filled with like
yeah.
love and buzziness this morning. It's been just such a beautiful show today. I cried for the
Mm.
first time on Get On Up, episode 75. Never forget. I don't think
Ooh,
I've
I
ever
like
cried.
that.
I don't think I've ever cried that early in the morning and not
Oh.
respond to like a breakup or something. Listening to Adele's "Hello," we already know. Pomeranian said I would want to be a judge on Project Runway.
That's
I
cool.
love that.
Yeah,
You're
that's
not running
cool.
around competing.
Yeah,
You're
no.
like you misunderstood the assignment.
Yes, yes, yes. Ah, I like that.
Gosh, those judges are like, I mean, Project Runway is like, they're not, there's no jokes. They are like, it is
No.
so, that feedback, and sometimes those dresses are just so terrible. Audra said that Audra's thankful for the both
Oh.
of us. I'm thankful for the reminder to reconnect with my inner
Oh,
child.
yes, Audra.
I want to connect to that. Sometimes when
Oh.
I'm really stressed out and I have like so much pressure on me, I talk to my
Mm,
8-year-old self and I say, hey, you're going to get to interview the cast of like this Marvel movie, or you have
yes.
your own apartment. You have an apartment in San Francisco, or there's these
Yes.
things that like you can go to bed at any time you want, but make sure you go to bed by 10:30 so you are not dead the next day. Uh, what else are we thankful for here? Let's see. Avi, what are you thankful for?
Oh, I am thankful, for these last 2 hours here, with you, with everybody who's, joined us today, and, I'm also thankful for, therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm in individual therapy and couples therapy.
Ooh, good. Good, 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 good,
It
good.
just really I really, am happy to have access to, like, behavioral health things. It
Yeah.
just really helps me and my relationship and to just keep working, to be my best self.
That's it. And again, it's coming back to something that Raymond was saying. You have to be your own best friend. You have to be your own best friend, and I absolutely agree that I'm thankful for therapy because again, and also couples therapy. My therapist, not my therapist, but my acting instructor said like. Get into therapy now. Most people wait for it's too late.
Mhm.
He would tell people that to people on their wedding day, people to
Yeah,
us on their graduation day.
yes.
I'm thankful for you, Avi, for coming in and guest
Aw,
hosting this show. I just
yes.
you just such a beautiful light and energy and story, and we'll definitely have to have you come back. But we have a special guest waiting in the wings. We have
Okay.
Anthony Davis who is here, who's got their show coming up. Good morning, Anthony.
Do you know, I actually have therapy on a Tuesday morning before this show, directly
Ah.
before this show. And so I do an hour of like spilling my emotions, and then 3 minutes later I'm on the air here, and it's like, ah! So
So much to process.
yeah, exactly. I think I've got my breakfast all over my shirt. It's just that my therapist is in England, and so I'm on the West Coast here, and so with the time difference, it's like it's very convenient for him. And very, very inconvenient for me.
That's
So
hard,
yeah,
yes.
that's the
Anthony,
true test.
we're all in Los Angeles right now because I'm in LA right now. We're all in
Yes,
LA. That's pretty exciting stuff here.
that's very
And
exciting.
this is Avi. Avi, look, we're making introductions here live on the air. Avi is filling in for Renee. This is Anthony Davis, whose show's coming up.
Avi, hi,
Anthony
nice to see
Davis,
you.
what do you have coming up on the show today?
We have so much coming up. So much I can't even begin to tell you. But we're gonna look at the latest news, obviously, and find out what's happening. There's kind of few updates. Kamala Harris made a very empowered speech about rights, women's rights, and
Mm-hmm.
if you want freedom, then vote for the Democrats, obviously. And so we'll be taking a look at that. A whole bunch of stuff, which is I don't want to bore you because I don't
Okay,
want to
don't want to
distract too
spoil
much
it.
from
Don't want to
your
spoil it.
conversation that you've been having, which I've been enjoying enormously.
Oh,
Yay.
thanks.
Well, someone was saying that they think, I don't know if this is true, but the Supreme Court leak in some ways is to kind of light a fire under folks, as especially in midterms, Democrats can get a little lax, and I think that this will hopefully turn up that heat. But boy, did that last administration, I mean, 3 Supreme Court justices, and not just Supreme Court justices, like, other judges and things like that. Like, we have generational damage that we will be repairing if we're able to. If democracy doesn't
But
fall
isn't it
beforehand.
crazy that like the abortion issue has been like the hot button issue for like 50, 60, 70 years, and still now here we are in 2022, and it's still the only weapon really that the Republicans have at their disposal. And it just makes me crazy because, I traveled a long way to move to this country, and the rest of the world has so moved on from this argument. Like, it's only America that's still having this conversation. The rest of the world has just completely moved on. People have their struggles, but the world is integrated. Women are in the boardroom, They're even driving cars now.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, that's what it is. Man, we should run right into Anthony Davis' show. I want to stay and have these conversations with you. But like, it is finding these hot button political footballs, like even like with the Don't Say Gay, or like, using the trans rights, and queer things have been a political football that's nothing new. And what sucks is that it's people's lives that are on the line that they're using for this. So let's stick around, everybody, for Anthony Davis. You're going to jump into this really great and powerful and important conversation. So stick around. Anthony Davis, they'll see you in a moment. Thank you for hopping on.
Thank you.
See ya. All right. Well, that is the show, everybody. Please stick around. In just a number of moments, you'll be on with Anthony Davis. There's so many other shows coming on after Anthony Davis. It is going to be your pal Hal, and then closing out with Mario Smith. Avi Roque, how can they keep in touch with you?
Yes, I'm on the social media platforms. So Instagram, my handle is at AMROQUE. I'm on TikTok at OK_ROQUE. Roque. Okay, Roque.
Just go to your website. Is that the best way?
I don't know. Not really.
Okay.
I'm also on TikTok.
Okay,
So,
they'll find you. Make sure to watch the last season of the Owl House. And we're gonna be back tomorrow. Mackenzie Green will be back with us. We'll be here at 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern time, 9 a.m. Central time, 8 a.m. Mountain time. That did not go in order, but I wanted to make sure I hit all the spots. Thank you all so much. We love y'all. Thank you for chiming in, Stacey, Raymond, Terry, Pomeranian, Tim, Audra, everybody. You have a great, wonderful day. We love y'all so much. Thank you for watching Get On Up. I'm James Arthur M.
And I'm Avi Roque.
And you just got on up. All right. Good morning. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye,
Good morning.
everybody.
Oh.